Mr. Parker, this is Judge Allen, but I'm going to turn around so that you can see your lawyer, okay? You'll still be able to hear Judge Allen, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Court will now call case number 1228, State of Texas versus Robert Parker. Is the state ready? State's ready, Your Honor. And is the defense ready? And sir, for the record, are you Robert Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Parker, you may be seated so the court can see
Okay,
your
thank you, Your Honor.
But no, I appreciate you standing up. Mr. Parker, you have been charged in this case with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. That's a state jail felony. It's punishable by imprisonment in the State Jail Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term not to exceed 2 years or less than 180 days. In addition, the court can assess a fine up to $10,000. Sir, you have been charged with this by indictment. Is your name correctly stated in the indictment, Robert Parker?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want this indictment read to you, or do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I just want to proceed with the hearing. I plead guilty.
Right, okay, well, hold on just a second. What I'm asking you now is this charging document, the indictment, do you understand it, or do you want the district attorney to read it to you?
No, I understand it, ma'am. I went over it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Parker, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, in that case, I'll ask you now, do you plead guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and not for any other reason?
No, I'm guilty, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you or coerced you or promised you something to get you to make that plea?
No, Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Parker, I'm looking at a document called the Felony Plea of Guilty Waiver Stipulation and Judicial Confession. In this document, you tell the court that you plead guilty, you waive certain rights, such as the right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent, and you stipulate or you agree that all of the evidence the state has against you is true and correct. This document appears to have your signature on it. Did you sign this document?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And by signing this document, are you telling the court that you fully understand everything contained in this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe that you understand the consequences of pleading guilty here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you gone over this document with your attorney?
Yes, I have.
Mr. Seeloff, have you consulted with your client and advised him of his rights? Do you believe him to be mentally competent?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And do you approve of him signing the stipulation before the court today?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
This is statement first. All right, Mr. Parker, I'm going to approve these stipulations, and I will enter them into the court's record as State's Exhibit Number 1. Ms. Anchondo, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty, the state has agreed to recommend to the court assess punishment under 1244A of the Texas Penal Code and sentence the defendant to confinement in the county jail for a period of 100 days. No fine be assessed. Any court costs or reimbursement fees as reflected in the bill of costs. The defendant is entitled to 112 days time credit previously served.
Mr. Parker, you've heard the district attorney's office announce a plea agreement. Is that the plea agreement that you reached with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree, Mr. Seawall? It is, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Parker, I will follow the recommendation of the district attorney's office, and I will find that you are guilty of the offense of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and I will sentence you to 100 days confinement in the Sherman County Jail. I will not order that you pay any additional fine. I will note that you have 112 days jail time credit. Do you have any questions about that judgment?
No, Your Honor, I'm just thankful.
All right. Mr. Parker, have you been satisfied with your representation by Mr. Seeloff in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he done everything that you asked him to do?
Yes, Your Honor, he has.
All right, Mr. Parker, it looks like you have sufficient jail time credit to be released. I'll ask if there's anything further from the case. No, Your Honor. Anything further from the case? All right, Mr. Parker, you may be excused. If you have any questions, please contact your attorney, but I'm assuming that you'll begin the process of being processed out. Best wishes to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Deputy. I think that's all we have for you today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Morelli, we have one more, Ms. Richardson, but I'm not sure.
It's a revocation, and then we've also, if you guys have time, Simpson is also a revocation.
Okay.
She's also downstairs.
Okay.
But I don't know if they need to talk about it, if they just want to email.
Morelli, did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you want to stay on, fine. If not, Dan's going over Ms. Richardson's paperwork with her right now, and then they're going to bring Ms. Simpson up and do her too. But do you need to be on for that, or do you want us to just email the final judgment to you?
I need to be on for it, but if you can still email us the
Okay.
final judgment.
We will do that. Okay,
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, I'll leave you on. Okay. Morelli, we were talking about that, Kopke, is it the judgment, is that what you call that document? That has the fingerprint?
Well,
So-
it's the order of deferred adjudication.
Okay, the order of deferred adjudication. We emailed, that entire document to you because it doesn't have his fingerprint. And so the judge signed it, and then I emailed it to you so that you could get his fingerprint, and then can you e-file it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you would do that, then the judge will just send a message to the clerk saying that you're gonna e-file it.
Perfect. I'll let them know.
Thank you so much, appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Morelli, we have Ms. Richardson here.
All right, the court will call three cases. The state of Texas versus Tanya Michelle Richardson, case numbers 6412, 6465, and 6553. State ready to proceed?
State's ready, Your Honor.
And is defense ready to proceed?
Correct.
And sir, excuse me, ma'am, for the record, are you Tanya Michelle Richardson? Ms. Richardson, I think the best thing to do would be to take these one at a time. In case number 6412, are you the same Tanya Michelle Richardson that previously pled guilty to possession of a controlled substance? And at that time, you were placed on deferred adjudication, and you were told to follow all of the terms of the state is now alleging that you violated those terms of probation in that you committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance twice on August 2nd, 2022. Excuse me, possession of a controlled substance on August 2nd, and also possession of drug paraphernalia on August 2nd, 2022. You also committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance, namely methamphetamine, on September 23rd, 2022. Committed the offense of falsifying a drug test on October 5th, 2022. Then you failed to abstain from marijuana on July 21st, 2022, and October 1st, 2022. Failed to abstain from the use of methamphetamine in October, July, September, and November of 2020. Also December of 2020. Failed to abstain from the use of marijuana November 3rd, 2022. Failed to abstain from the use of methamphetamine on November 3rd, 2022. Failed to avoid persons with felony criminal records on November 1st, 2022. Failed to report within 5 days of your arrest in September of 2020. And you failed to make court order payments in November and December of 2020. Ms. Richardson, I'll ask how you plead to the state's allegations, true or not true. Ms. Machado, is there a plea agreement?
Yes. Exchange for the defendant's plea of true, the state has agreed to recommend to the court adjudicate and revoke the community supervision of the defendant, thus punishment and confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division for a period of 16 months, and the outstanding fees and fines still be assessed. We've agreed to decline an unindicted possession of controlled substance case pending in my office. He's also entitled to 102 days time credit previously served.
Ms. Richardson, you've heard the district attorney's office announce a plea agreement. Is that the agreement that you reached? All right, Ms. Richardson, I would follow the district attorney's recommendation. And I will adjudicate or find you guilty of the offense of possession of a controlled substance and penalty. And I will sentence you to 16 months in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division. I would order you to pay a fine of $1,250. Excuse me, $1,250. And I will note that you have 102 days jail time. Do you have any questions about that, Judge? Is there anything further on this case from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the defense? 6412.
Okay. There you are.
I will also note that as part of this agreement, the state is declining to prosecute an unindicted possession of a controlled substance office pending her office. And I will also note that this sentence will run concurrently with sentences that remain to be adjudicated, but we're repeating those in clause number 6465 and 6553. Next call, case number 65. And again, for the record, I'll ask you if your Tanya Michelle Richardson. Are you the same Tanya Michelle Richardson that previously pled guilty to the offense of possession of a controlled substance in Illinois? At that time, you were placed on deferred adjudication for a period of 4 years, and you were told to follow all of the terms. I previously read you several violations of the terms and conditions as grounds for revocation and consequence. So I'm going to ask you again about reading all of those violations, all of which were failing to abstain from use of controlled substance, one, association with persons with criminal records, one failing to report, and one failing to pay. I'm going to ask you again how you clear the state's allegations. Ms. Andrano, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of true, the state has agreed to recommend to the court that the court revoke the community supervision of the defendant, adjudicate her guilty, assess punishment and confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division for a period of 16 months. Any outstanding balance owed to probation or court costs can still be assessed. To agree to decline an unindicted possession of controlled substance case pending in my office. The defendant is entitled to 66 days time credit previously served, and this is to run concurrent with clause number 412.
Ms. Richardson, you've heard the district attorney announce the plea agreement. That's a plea agreement that she reached. In that case, Ms. Richardson, I will follow her recommendation, and I will adjudicate you guilty of the offense of possession of controlled substance. One in case 6465. I will sentence you to 16 months serve in the state jail division of the Texas. Won't order any additional fine. I will note that this sentence will run concurrently with those sentences in Moore County cause number 6012 and 65. And I will note that she has 66 days jail time credit. Is there anything further from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further from the defense?
No.
On the next call, case number 6553, State of Texas versus Tanya Michelle Richardson. State and defense had previously announced that they're ready. And then you are charged in case 6553 with possession of controlled substance. You're charged with this offense by indictment. Is your name Tanya Michelle Richardson, correct? You want that, and I need this. She does this. Possession of controlled substance and penalty group 1 is a third-degree felony that's punishable by imprisonment in the institutional division of criminal justice for a term not to exceed 10 years or less than 2 years. In addition, the court can assess the fine not to exceed $10,000. Do you want the indictment in this case, or do you wait? Yeah, or you're a U.S. citizen? Yeah. Then I will ask you how you plead to that charge, guilty or not guilty. Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and you're not? Has anyone threatened you or coerced you or promised you anything? Ms. Richardson, I have in front of me a document called a felony plea of guilty waiver statement. In this document, you shall be plead guilty, waive certain rights such as the right to be called by jury. And you stipulate that all of the evidence the state has against you is correct. You've gone over this document with your attorney. Is that your signature on the signing this document? Are you telling the court that you fully understand everything? And do you believe you fully understand the consequences? Mr. Seelock, have you consulted with your client and advised her of the risk?
Yes.
Do you believe her to be mentally competent?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
To approve the first signing these stipulations before. State concurs. Ms. Richardson, I will approve these stipulations, and I will enter them into the court's record as state's exhibit. Ms. Anchondo, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea guilty, the state has agreed to recommend to the court assess punishment and confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division for a period of 2 years. No fine be assessed, restitution in the amount of $180, any court costs or reimbursement fees as per the bill of costs. Defendant is entitled to 66 days time credit previously served. Additionally, this is to run concurrent with clause number 6412 and 6465.
Ms. Richardson, you've heard the district attorney announce a plea agreement in this case. As they agree that she each other. Seelock, and concur.
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Richardson, I will follow the recommendation of the district attorney in case number 6553. I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find you guilty of the offense of possession of controlled substance. And I will sentence you to confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a period of 2 years. I will not assess an additional fine. I will order that you pay $180 in restitution. And I hope that you have 66 days jail. Do you have any questions here on this? Richardson, in all three of these cases, have been satisfied with your representation. Richardson, I will need fingerprints. 3 of these judgments. You may be excused, on the bench in custody of the Moore County Sheriff's Office. Begin serving your sentence. Yes, please. Yes. Yes. And this Richardson, I have a minute.
You want me to type something?
Yeah, just email one to the jail and, Rachel.
Okay. Morelli? Morelli, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to take all of these judgments from the Richardson case to the clerk. And if you need copies or something, would you just call them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is Ms. Simpson?
Yes.
Morelli, we have Ms. Simpson.
I'm sorry, what?
Really, are you?
It's Branda Simpson.
Oh, okay,
6305.
6305. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court will now call case number 6305, State of Texas versus Brandon Long Simpson. Victory, Your Honor. And the defense. Ma'am, for the record, are you Brandon Long Simpson? Yes, ma'am. Ms. Simpson, you have been charged with possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 1. That is a state jail felony, which means punishable by imprisonment in the state jail division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, 62 years or less than 6. In addition, the court can assess a fine not to exceed $10,000. You have been charged with this offense by possession adjudication. You were previously charged with possession of controlled substance, and you were placed at that time on deferred adjudication for 2 years. Are you the same Brandon Long Simpson that previously pled guilty to that? All right, when you were placed on deferred adjudication, you were told that you were required to follow along with the terms and regulations. Do you recall that? Yes, ma'am. Right, Ms. Simpson, the state is alleging that you violated the terms and regulations in that you committed the offense of falsifying a drug test on July 26, 2022, failed to abstain from the use of cannabidol on June 3rd, 2022, also on October 27th, 2022, also on November 3rd, 2022. You also failed to abstain from the use of methamphetamine on June 6th, 2022. Failed to abstain from meth again on October 20th, 2020, and October 27th, 2020, and on November 7th. In addition, the state is alleging that you failed to report to your probation officer in May, July, August, September, and October of 2020. And also that you failed to make forward payments to your probation officer during the months of April, May, June, July, August, September, November, and December of 2020. Ms. Simpson, I'm going to ask you how you plead to the state allegations, true or not true. Ms. Antron, there's no plea agreement.
There is, Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of true, the state has agreed to recommend to the court revoke the community supervision of the defendant, adjudicate her guilty, send it to the defendant to confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division for a period of 16 months. Any outstanding fees and fines be assessed. Additionally, we've agreed to decline an unindicted fraud case pending office. The defendant is entitled to 94 days time credit for previously served.
Ms. Simpson, you've heard the district attorney's office announce the plea agreement. Is that the plea agreement that she? Simpson, in that case, I will adjudicate you guilty of the offense of possession of controlled substance. Now, sentence you to serve 16 months in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I will not order any additional fines, but any outstanding fines the court cost previous order of deferred adjudication are outstanding. I will note that you have 4 days jail time credit, and that part of this plea agreement is that the state is declining to pursue an unindicted fraud case. Vincent, do you have any questions about that judgment? Vincent, have you been satisfied with your representation?
Definitely.
Did you get everything you asked to do? Vincent, I need your standard on this judgment. I manage you to the custody of the Warren County Jail. Go well for you.
I appreciate it.
There's nothing further to say in this. We'll adjourn.
Marilla, you have everything you need?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.